Streaming! Okay. So, what is going on? What is going on, eh? What is going on? Okay, the severed hand of the scientist weighs heavily upon us. I think the lockdown cabin fever may be kicking in. Scientist hand view. Okay, so we continue to prepare. Actually, what's the stream called at the minute? Level design's fine. We continue to prepare for. Oh, no, that's not right. There we are, finishing an extra level. We continue to prepare for this next update that's coming out. I've ticked off all the bug fixes that I wanted to do before it. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get a new extra level ready to go into the build. Regular viewers will recognise this level. And some non-regular ones might recognise the map as well, because it's based on the final formicarium challenge, but you just play as the reverse side, so you play as the counterpart colony. At the moment I was adding a few more changes in for difficulty. I've done that now. Now I'm going through and I'm going to boost some of the size of these attack swarms. So leaf cutter swarms could do with swarm leaf cutter. So these are majors, these are Medea, these are minors. Okay, so 20 minors, 10 Medea, and 6 majors. Now, I'm going to boost the numbers here. So we're going to have 10 majors. Basically, I've played it a few times. But I've also added something in that decreases the attacks in easier modes, and as such, I can boost them for the harder difficulties now, so they'll be reduced. They'll reduce themselves. A lot of this stream is going to be playtesting, by the way. So I'm going to alter these attacks. Let me just. I'm going to alter these attacks and then I'm going to be playtesting up to the point where we attack the enemy colony. At that point, I'm going to note down what my army size is and then set up a test and then create the whole map as it was. And just run that section a few times, the colony versus colony section, so we can properly fix things rapidly in it, so we don't have to play through the rest of the level to get there. Okay. So yeah, boosted the size of that. What have we got here? The rove beetles. Okay, so 4 of each is really quite small. We'll have 6 of each. Jumping spiders. 12 jumping spiders is virtually nothing. I mean, the things die instantly anyway. So that's 20. Right, so the army ants I need to be careful about because these are really dangerous. But let's boost them a bit. And you don't have your majors by this point. Swarm army ant major. Swarm army ant major. So there's actually 10 majors coming there. So oh, it's level 2 and level 3. I see. Okay. Then you unlock army ant majors. Okay, so these weren't doing anything for me last time, so I'm just going to double them. Like they just got this completely destroyed. Again, the whip spiderlings weren't really doing anything, so I'm going to up those massively. And it does spiny devils again. These weren't really doing anything. It's because it's so late in the game and you've got such a big army at this point. And then it ends with a whip spider, but that was virtually nothing. How's everyone doing, by the way? I realise we're a bit early today, and I've got something I need to do later on today, so I've started a little bit early to get it sorted. Okay, so the whip spider's not going to be a problem anyway. The only way I can make that harder is by sending it with a lot of other enemies, and I'm not willing to do that. It's not going to be a problem by that point. You've dealt with so much stuff, like that thing will just die. It's almost like a food injection rather than anything dangerous. Okay, so we're at the point now where I'm going to play test it. So I'm going to test the level on hard mode. I'm going to try and play until we get to the enemy colony. Then I'll pause and check the sizes of all my chambers and the amount of food that I have. Actually, turn the desktop audio on for this. So it is working. This level gives you as much time as you want at the beginning. Basically, until I tunnel to the surface, there's no... There's no timers started or anything. I don't think I set it to hard. Got to override the difficulty. Yeah, hard. How's everyone faring in lockdown? Some place in the world is starting to lift the measures. This will be an interesting test to see if we do get this second spike they're talking about. But I imagine that also depends on a case-by-case basis. So some countries will be able to do it, some won't. So I'm probably going to be streaming until about 1 hour will be 12:30. So for about an hour and a quarter. So it'll be about an hour and a half in total, nearly. Hopefully during that time we'll be able to get this level pretty close. Got to the point where at this level that I just have a setup that I like, so I always start with it. You know you've played a level lots when you've got a preferred setup. There's no breakpoints, so I can full screen this actually. Oh. Just check. Yeah, I put a frame rate limit on of 30. That should smooth out the stream. Oh, funny how the music doesn't seem to be playing. I know there's some settings for it in here. That done anything? Doesn't appear to have. Oh well. We can go without music for now. That's where I find out the level's not working. I think that's exactly what's happened. Okay, I was messing around in the level code. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to restart. The level blueprint was disconnected at a certain point. Something I was doing earlier. It was part of the. I was trying to work out where to put in this difficulty setting. Basically, changing the number of enemies that spawn. Where to do the kind of setting of that variable, and I changed my mind in the end. But I started to do it in one place. Well, that explains why the music wasn't working, because the thing wasn't initialized. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that a third time. Should have music now. Digging jobs are very high priority in the game. Recently we've been receiving some very good reviews on Steam. So thanks to anyone who's left us a review. It really does help. The strong reviews mean that people looking at the game will be more likely to buy it. Okay, now we've started the level going in earnest. I actually need to start concentrating.
Come on now, my little lads. You need space to grow.
So I could chill out a bit until that point, but the game's set to hard, so it's set at the level that should push my ability.
Time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
I think it is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want to see how these Ereptors respond under pressure.
I will prepare the experiment.
I'm not sure if increasing the attack sizes is going to make the game harder or easier, because there'll be more food
Connecting the Fuska colony now.
in the end.
I will let 10 through to start. Our Ereptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment and let me know the results. Don't add more than 30 ants at once, though. We don't want to harm the queen.
Understood. I wonder how they will react to a rival Ereptor colony. Introducing 40 rival Ereptor ants.
Still not in a rush yet. Proper timers haven't started yet, because this holds up the timer, and so does the next one. But then after that, I'm pretty sure we're in a long section of stuff that's not going to wait for me.
combination of a raptor and a fusca. Let's start with 20 of each.
Right, still. Oh, I can't unlock the army ants, so I can start building them. Still not on at a timer that's going to force me to do anything, so. Right, as soon as I've done this one, the things will change. Okay, start putting these in. All right.
An unconventional defense, yet highly effective.
Okay, so that's the honeymoon period over.
Some seeds on the surface for my succeeding eruptives. Gather them quickly. The colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming assaults is incredible. I wonder, how will they handle a sustained flow of aggressors?
Okay, so things aren't going to slow down from now on.
You're doing admirably, my erectors. Perhaps a small reward. Look to the surface.
Okay, so I don't need to supply the tube anymore at the minute. I'll keep my workers out of the way. I'm keeping them ready to go because they might be needed in the tube at short notice.
Let's make things a little more interesting, shall we? Enter the Devil's Coach Horse.
Fill the tube up a bit more and then call that a day.
Whoops. I seem to have dropped my beetles. I hope they don't harm the little ants.
I'm gonna check something. Something's gone wrong. Wave size scale is wrong. That's set to normal. Why is game difficulty set to normal? Okay, that's here at Half Nerd. Players that start playing. Stream starts while minimized. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so there's something's gone wrong. The overridden difficulty's not come through. Certainly not in the game state anyway, so we need to stop this. Let's see if that makes a difference. Compile. I've got a few things I want to change anyway before I... Before I carry on, there's a couple of things I noted down before that need sorting and that I haven't quite dealt with. Have you found the cause of the falling aphid bug? No, I haven't looked at that one yet. This happened again? Game difficulties come back as normal. Oh, this is a tricky one. Why on earth has that happened? When on earth is it? I'm going to need to hunt this one down. The difficulty being set to overridden should be setting that game difficulty. It should force it. To be honest, this should have been fine. I was just testing with that, really. So we're going to need to go into the code to figure out why that is. Must have been some change recently that bypasses the override, which is really bad. It's really bad for testing. Okay. So one sec. Game difficulty. That's where it's meant to happen. Oh no. No, that's not it. Hang on. Let me bring you in. Right. Game mode. Don't like that. That didn't run. Okay. Why are you not running? A second. Okay. Early load. Okay. Is that the only place it runs? Yeah. Okay, so basically there's no level setup save, which I'm guessing is the issue here. Then it won't run it. Notice how the ants that have not been attacked stop attacking when combat is turned off. However, wood ant range attacks appear to not follow this rule. Keep firing where others would stop attacking. And only stop when their target dies or moves out of range. Right, so if a wood ant has started attacking, it flags itself as in combat with a creature. And under those rules, it will keep attacking. Maybe not actually. Yeah, so a wood ant that hasn't received... Yeah. I think I know why, and it's because the way its attack sequence works is most attacks in the game have just an attack animation loop that plays, and the attack animation loop plays each time, so it checks for its target, attacks, checks for its target, attacks. Wood ants get into attack mode, and then stay there until its target dies or leaves range. So as soon as they're in attack mode, when their animation's played to get into attack mode, they will remain attacking. Whether or not that's something that needs addressing is a question. Suppose it's an inconsistency in behaviour, which you might not be expecting, particularly if you're trying to run away, which is what you tend to be doing when attack's off. I'll note it down as something to discuss, but it's not going to be addressed immediately. I can see why it's happening. It's because of the way that the wood ants go into an attack and stay there. Yeah, so level setup save is null. I am actually just going to double check that that's actually the case, because the way the level setups work is it saves the next level plan into a file called level setup and then loads it when the level starts and runs everything on it. Now I was doing stuff with the save games. I deleted them all. Yeah, I don't have any save games. That's the issue. I'll put my save games back. I had an issue a couple of days ago where the engine was getting confused, so I had to delete a load of the pre-built files and it sorted it out. And so it rebuilt the files. As soon as I put this back in, this difficulty should start working. It's a really weird quirk, I guess you'd call it, but that should work now. It's not a bug. If I dig to the surface now, you should see that that's working. Right, back at the... Okay, so yeah, that's working out. Begin sequence. Yeah, it's working now. Basically, just because it didn't have a level setup save. Now, a level setup save is created every time you start a game in Empires of the Undergrowth. The only reason one wouldn't exist is because I deleted my save files. And I can get into a level without going through the menu because I'm developing. So it would never happen to anyone else apart from a developer. So I'm not concerned about it. It possibly needs addressing for next time. I forget what the hell's going on. And I can address it because I can just pull default values, but so yeah. Hang on, before I do anything, I just want to make sure I've got this stuff done. So that's about the counterpart colony. I'm not worried about that yet. Normal, easier in waves. Already done that. I can cross that one off. Unlock trap jaws sooner. I haven't done that yet. Basically, when I got to the point where I wanted to build trap jaws, they weren't available to me. And basically there's this going on, which is half a minute. $60. No enemies spawning. All it is various bits of narration. So there's all that time where the player could be planning out their trapjaw nest, and the trapjaws just haven't unlocked yet. I think I should just be able to do this. Just literally move things around. So I haven't changed any of the narration or anything. Or timings. All I've done is switch the trapjaws round to appear slightly earlier. Is insane difficult enough? I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Tell you what, Huff. If I get this out with the patch later in the week, you can set your computer clock to the future and give this level a test for me. Okay, so just after second sustained flow, message given is given again. Right, so where's the second sustained flow? Constant flow, okay. So it does message 9.4, then 9.6. With no delay in between them. That doesn't seem right. Okay. Okay, so G294 and then G196. That looks like a mistake. G294. Oh, I won't be able to tell what it is. It can't do that. Can't say things on top of each other. And this one looks like the mistake. So let's have a quick look, because I can actually check the data files. Should tell me what the message it's saying is. Oh, it's not in here, sorry. I always look for it in here, but the narration files, Liam put them in with the narration file, with the sounds, conductor resources, narration files, narration formicarium missions. Okay, so we've got G294 and then G196. G294, which is them saying, I wonder how long they will survive against a sustained foe from all three colonies. Let's see. And then G1, which is gate 196, then immediately afterwards says, the colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming assaults is incredible. I wonder how they will handle a sustained flow of aggressors. So that is obviously a mistake. Because you can't talk about sustained flow immediately after talking about sustained flow. That's just silly. That's just silly. Okay. Yeah, there isn't any reason in this mission not to pre-dig out everything if you want to play it that way. I'll test level and give feedback. Should I use direct message on forum? Public post. The extra levels is fine, I guess, in the public post. In the public post? I don't mind people knowing how to activate the extra levels if they're desperate to try them out before time. All you need to do is change the system clock. It's not hard. The reason it's there though is to gate them, and so people can't complain that there's not been content for 3 months. If they've spoiled the content for themselves, they've done it themselves. I don't mind them doing that. It's not main story content. Just after second sustain flow. Yeah, so fix that one. Wave two can be a bit more difficult. Yeah, fix that one. Okay. We're back to testing. Give them a brief amount of time to take eggs to the tiles. That's enough. Yeah, if I change the system clock there and back over. Yeah, it's true. Well, maybe I'll put something up on the beta build then. It's probably worth doing. It doesn't take long to make an extra single Windows build. It's when you've got to start faffing about doing like Mac builds and that things start to really take time. I'm going to unfull screen it just in case I've left the breakpoint in when the tunnel exit opens. I don't think I have, but better safe than sorry. See you in a sec, Huff.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, so I'm now sure.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
Look at those ants wiggle. The formicarium wiggle.
I think it is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want to see how these eruptors respond under pressure.
I will prepare the experiment.
Let's begin with a small threat.
Connecting the Fusca colony now. I will let 10 through to start. Our eruptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment and let me know the results. Don't add more than 30 ants at once, though. We don't want to harm the queen.
Understood. Introducing 40 rival reptans.
I say I'm not in any rush at the minute in the level. Food. Spare beans. Alright, Huff. Welcome back. Yep. He's not talking about you. He's talking to the other colony. You're the feeder colony. I feel the difference already in hard mode, but I think it'll become really obvious once right. Okay, here we go.
Excellent.
Right, the reward amounts will be smaller. But also other things are smaller as well. Their timing and the speed,
What about a combination of a raptor and a Fusca? Let's start with 20 of each.
God. There's the mic. Sorry about that. Probably build a couple more of these. Don't think they're that. Yeah, they're quite cheap. But I have noticed I can build a lot less than I could before, which is right. Which is right and proper.
An unconventional defense, yet highly effective.
Right, next is the tube starts coming down, and I want to get
Some seeds on the surface for my search
ants into it immediately, just to fill it up.
The colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming assaults is incredible. I
Let's load the tube up quickly. That's not what I meant. Just basically shove a whole load in.
A little more interesting, shall we? Enter the Devil's Coach Horse.
Come on.
Whoops! I seem to have dropped my beetles. I hope they don't harm the little ants. That's enough for now.
Okay. You get back to...
How has the colony been responding?
They mounted an excellent defense against 20, 25, and even 30.
Okay, this is loads of food now. I'll finish building these.
More of a challenge for them next time.
What a fantastic suggestion.
Slave makers unlocked. Cool.
Let's see how the colony grows over the next few days.
Need to basically pick up the food as quickly as possible now.
I expect to see a significant rise in the number of soldiers.
Well, I think I've stretched the truth in this mission. I wouldn't call this mission canon.
Comes next. Collected quickly. Faster, faster.
It's just fun. There are other inconsistencies with this mission in the main one. It doesn't follow the exact steps that the other one does. Remember, it's an alternate universe. Anything could have changed.
Maybe we'll just add a few formicarium.
Okay, I was out of position then. I am out of position. This could go badly. Go on, get in there.
Our colony does need to exercise.
Plenty of resources. It's too soon. This is too soon to die. Too soon to be pushed back, I mean. We'll meet them here. As they come in, they'll lose their ranged advantage. Okay, combat can go off for you. You guys get to the surface.
Delicious piece of larvae.
Okay.
A new challenger has entered the arena.
I'd say it's too early to die to this. mean, I've got my Queen's ability, but I mean, I don't really want to be using it yet. I want to use it when it's got maximum effect. Although I think I'm about to run out of options. If I can just push the time, more stuff will be here.
Dinner time.
Okay, now's probably a fine time to use it. Right, everyone back.
Be careful, my queen. I'm not finished with you yet.
Okay, Queen abilities, go! Get refilling those eggs.
Beware the wolf spider.
Oh, I think I've been overwhelmed. It's these. Level 3, yeah, I think all the Royal Guard are dead. They've been killed by the range dance. Oh.
What is going on?
I was pushed back too early. It's my fault. I should have...
Confused.
I was out of position when that attack came in.
Very well.
When the first set of the wave attacks came in. I was in desperate measures at that point, Huff. Okay, so I'm not going to nerf it yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it another go. What time we on? Yes, it's 12:30. Well, it's 20 to 1 now. Definitely time to give it another go. Yeah, I have actually noticed the nursery highlight bug myself. I'm not sure exactly what causes it. It'll be some combination of clicking and dragging. It's a really tricky one to deal with. It's the highlight bug. Matt's dealt with it multiple times, but there's always some combination that can re-trigger it. I should have noted it down. The main mistake I made was not having my army ready then, because fighting, I needed the resources, but I also needed to get behind the line of the wood ants, so I could kill the level 3 mortars, because it's those that will wipe me out. So basically, I need the units kind of in position, ready to strike behind them. Ignore the melee. But also, because my units were out of place, I didn't kill the black ant melee quick enough. And because of that, the mortars were extra defended.
Come on now, my little ants. You need space to grow. Dig, dig, dig.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I wasn't talking to you.
You're waiting a fix for the nursery hotkeys. What's wrong with the nursery hotkeys?
Isn't feeding time already?
Do they not work?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
I think it is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want to see how these eruptors respond under pressure.
I will prepare the experiment.
Let's begin with a small threat.
Connecting the Fusca colony now. I will let 10 through to start with. Our eruptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Continue
Right.
the experiment.
Welcome, Project Zero and the Creative Scientist. Good to have you back with us.
We don't want to harm the queen.
I want to harm the Queen.
I wonder how they will react to a rival eruptor colony. Introducing 40 rival eruptor ants.
But in a lot of this level, you actually need to save up your resources, because when things unlock, you need to be ready to build them. Hey bro, finally in the next update of the game, will put in our formicarium, the powerful ants. The next formicarium addition is fire ants. And there's one more major addition beyond that, and then once the campaign's actually fully complete, there's going to be an extra one you can unlock, which is bullet ants. But they're not going to be; they're just going to be an extra at the end of the game. We don't actually plan to create levels for them. Maybe one day. Alright. What happens with the nursery hotkeys? The placement toggle is flipped. Alright. Have to look into that one. Add it to my list.
Excellent. What about a combination of a raptor and a fusca? Let's start with 20 of each.
Nursery hotkey bug was one of my first posts. That one might have got buried. So Doc Evil is at it again, breaking rules. Not even sure why he even got hired. No one really knows what they're up to at this strange laboratory. He seems to be playing about with some sort of jelly and seeing its effects on ants. Right. Okay, so I need to be super aware once this phase is over. It's all going to kick off.
Unconventional defense, yet highly effective.
Okay.
Some seeds on the surface for my succeeding raptors. Gather them quickly.
Get everything really quickly.
The colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming assaults is
Right,
incredible.
let's go fill the tube up.
How will they handle a sustained flow of aggressors?
Run!
Whoops. I seem to have dropped my beetles.
It's probably plenty. Okay. Right, you guys can get back on harvesting. I don't think we'll need any more in the tube. Just let my forces build back up. Doing on resources. We're not doing too bad.
Perhaps that's enough for now.
Okay. We're doing okay.
Against 20, 25, and even 30 Fuscats, as you suggested.
Perfect. Perhaps we can provide more of a challenge for them next time.
What a fantastic suggestion.
Okay, slave makers have unlocked. Okay, so this is where I need to be really careful.
How the colony grows over the next few days.
So I'm going to get my slave makers to gather these. These guys can gather this stuff. I'm actually going to ignore that one for now. Kill it later when I've got time. Just gather them quick because we haven't got time. Get my slave makers with me as well.
Good, good. A little helping hand for what comes next. Collect it quickly. Faster, faster.
Right, slave makers are better when upgraded. They get more value. I'm not risking having anything out of position this time. It just killed me last time.
Maybe we'll just add a
Okay, here we are.
Formicarium.
So we've got to rinse the formicarium really quickly.
Our colony does need to exercise.
Okay, that hasn't worked. Okay. We're going to have to retreat underground. I haven't got enough... I'm going to have to hope that I can deal with the Formica Roofer as they come in. That's what I tried to do last time, it didn't work. Still Formica Fusca there. Right. Right.
Delicious piece of larvae.
Go and attack them quick. And not the melee ones. Tap them in. Oh, for goodness sake.
New challenger.
This hasn't gone well at all. There's only a few of them left, but they're behind such a wall now. Okay, well, everything's spent.
Dinner time. Be careful, my queen. I'm not finished with you yet.
Right, kill the wood ants. Kill the blooming wood ants. They're still alive. I can see the shots coming. There's 4 level 3 wood ants. They're here. And they're destroying everything. Oh my goodness. Kill the wood ants.
Beware the wolf spider.
Quick, get the food back. We need our resources. Quick. Charge. Okay, I think I'm going to have to nerf those wood ants. I think I'm going to have to reduce the number of wood ants in hard mode. There's just not the resources to have the defense strong enough to do it. Time we on? 1 o'clock.
What is going on?
Okay, so I think the black ant wave and the wood ant wave need nerfing.
Start again with a healthier colony.
They're the ones that cause me to fall so far behind that it's not doable anymore. Death by hungry spooders. I haven't noticed an issue with Royal Decree. It will only activate every 10 minutes. So there's a 10-minute cooldown on it. So if it's been used before 10 minutes ago, it won't activate. There's also something to note that if you as soon as you unlock it, the cooldown starts for it, and that's to prevent you using it, like unlocking it during a mission. You can switch them over during a mission, and that would allow you to cheat it, but that was put in place to prevent the cheating. So, I mean, I haven't noticed it not triggering myself, so just make sure that it is off cooldown. If you're sure it's not triggering sometimes, maybe put a post on the forum about it and see if you can gather some evidence. It's a hard one to gather evidence for, though. Okay. So, after 2 failed attempts, it's time to make some minor nerfs. Do you remember I have increased... No, I didn't. I didn't increase the quantities of the lower levels. So yeah, what have we got? It's amazing. It's 6 level 3 wood ants. 15 melee. Okay. That's all it is. 6 level 3 wood ants. Okay, 5 level 3 wood ants. 10 melee. Okay, so we've reduced the melee as well, which will help. That's reducing the meat wall that's blocking us. Black ant wise, it looks like there's just 20 of them. So I've reduced that to 15. Okay, so hopefully that'll provide enough for us to get breakthrough. The problem with reducing wood ants to level 2 is they no longer have AoE, so they'd be a lot worse. Like wood ants at level 3 are like the wood ant mortar's level 3 ability is what makes them good. No, it's not. It's just an ability with a 10-minute cooldown that it will always trigger if your queen is I think as soon as your queen takes 25% damage, it will trigger then, and then it will start its 10-minute cooldown. Right. Okay. One more attempt. The resources juggling game. Failing this, I might boost the resources in hard mode. Slightly. Send all your workers out when there's no danger. Well, they were pretty active when there wasn't any danger, I think. The level's just quite high pressure, so there's not really much time. Well, there's pockets of time, pockets where it pauses, but they're few and far between. Once things get rolling on those waves, it's pretty intense. I think if you get pushed into the nest too early, you're pretty much scuppered because you lose your supply of food, and you also lose your ability to maneuver around the attacks. Yeah, could have done is not upgrade the slave makers, instead save the food for respawns. Yeah, it's another potential thing. In that case, I want to bring my workers underground earlier. I mean, trying to figure out when's the ideal time to bring workers underground is a bit of a nightmare, but yeah, bring your workers underground earlier so they can help refill the tunnels. Because they can refill the tunnels from back here whilst the fighting's going on down here. It's another option. Maybe I did spend too many resources. I think on hard mode, you're always going to need to use your queen ability during the first set of attacks. And I kind of want it to be that way, because the first time players experience it, they'll think, oh no, I'm screwed. And then they'll find out that their queen's got an ability. They'll be like, oh yeah, in that mission it did have an ability. Moment. I think it'd be a nice moment. Provided you're not then immediately killed afterwards. Yeah, you definitely want to fight them overground. Funny how this seal's still so
I
strong.
wasn't talking to you.
I mean, at that point in the mission, you've got 2 units. One of them is the small army ants. They've got really low health, so they are really susceptible to.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is
Oh,
insatiable.
damn it! I've got these the wrong way around. That's just wasted a load of my time.
I think it is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want to see how these raptors respond under pressure.
Maybe I want to build fewer army ants and save some more cash for later. I could try that. Although I think I'm currently building the bare minimum
With a small
I could survive with.
Connecting the Fusca colony now. I will let 10 through to start. Our raptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment and let me know the results. Don't add more than 30 ants
Bad
at once.
location.
We don't want to harm the queen.
Understood.
That's a new one.
React to a rival raptor colony. Introducing 40 rival
Seems to have sorted itself. Just gather that stuff first. Well, I think after this attempt, I'm going to call it a day for the stream because I need to get some lunch. And it'll be about 2 hours by that point anyway. Right, let's move on. Gathered all the food now. Mission from mission 2 to achievements. I have the high ground. During the final wave, do not allow any enemy ants to reach the high ground. That's an interesting one. Nice reference there. So fight them in the bottom.
Excellent.
I need to build some. I need to deal with those icons actually. Matt's created the icons. I just need to add them all in.
What about a combination for raptor and Fusca? Let's start with 20 of each.
Seeing how many I can save, how much cash I can save for the slave makers unlocking. Then I can upgrade the slave makers really quickly. Don't know if this will be enough fire ants for these though. Technically fire ants should be fairly weak to these because these got area as well. Maybe we can lure this one away from its pal. Hey, that worked. Oh, damn it. Okay. Being careful with me resources. Rented a veggie garden. There's multiple species of ant. It's going to be out more in the summer over the strawberries. Wouldn't surprise me. Is there any greater prize than a strawberry?
An unconventional defense, yet highly effective.
Actually, I can stick those behind there. Yeah.
Some seeds on the surface for my succeeding eruptives. Gather them quickly. The colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming
Sending my workers left, right, and centre.
incredible. I wonder, how will they handle a sustained flow of aggressors? You're doing admirably, my erectives. Perhaps a small reward. Look to the surface.
Right, that's topped up enough. Quickly, quickly. Too late.
Let's make things a little more interesting, shall we? Enter the Devil's Coach Horse. Whoops. I seem to have dropped my beetles. I hope they don't harm the woodlands.
Oh, damn it. Press the wrong thing. Ah, no, both. Get to the tube. Yeah, that's probably enough. Okay.
Perhaps that's enough for now.
Everyone harvest. Quickly. Get the resources. Get the resources. Ah!
How has the colony been responding?
They mounted an excellent defense against 20, 25, and even 30 Fuscats, as you suggested.
Perfect. Perhaps we can provide more of a challenge for them next time.
What a fantastic suggestion.
Save makers! Yay!
Let's see how the colony grows.
To get these upgraded as quickly as possible.
Now that they have experienced battle, I expect to see a significant rise in the number of soldiers. Good, good. A little helping hand for what comes next. Collect it quickly. Faster, faster.
Come on. I don't want to be caught out of position. Okay, I'm going to bring some more of my workers underground, slave makers to the surface. Unfortunately, I only just noticed that my slave makers weren't on the surface, so we might have an issue there.
Maybe we'll just add a few formicarium.
Well, they've arrived. Right. I'd rather my fire ants took the brunt of the black ant onslaught. For the level 3s. Go on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yeah! Okay, that's much more under control. Right, quick harvest a tiny amount.
Delicious piece of
Okay, so before these were what were protecting the wood ants.
A new challenger has entered the arena.
There's no more upgrades, I can do that. Okay, now we're going to retreat underground. So that was much better. I've got resources to back up reinforcements as well.
Dinner time.
Don't want to just burn through my resources constantly. So, which is what's happening at the minute. So let's back my forces up.
Be careful, my queen. I'm not finished with you yet.
Okay. Because the wood ants aren't there, these will survive this. Just in time for the wolf spiders. Come on, get them down, get them down. Done with resources to spare. Finally.
Agreed. I would prepare the feeder colonies.
Right. I'm gonna send my army out to harvest whilst I let my workers... There we are. This is a highlight bug. Whilst my workers sort out the nest a bit. So there's plenty to do in the nest at the minute. Plenty of harvesting and all sorts. Harvest, harvest, harvest.
Now let's try the formicarium ants.
The Rufa will be more aggressive. Our raptors will need to put up a strong defense. 20 roof ends.
I'm getting ready for the trapdoors, because trapdoors shouldn't be too far away. I don't think, at least. I'm also going to prepare my underground movement. There they are. Ah! Being overwhelmed with stuff to do.
Once again, our erectors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment as before, but don't push the colony too hard.
Of course not. That would be irresponsible. Introducing 40 roof ends. Excellent defense.
Not sure how long I've got, but I don't think it's long.
Now, let's see how they handle the roofer and the Fuska invaders. We will start with 30 each. A wonderful victory on two fronts. Perhaps we should try 3 colonies this time. Introducing
Okay, so this is a pause moment.
Fuska and Raptor ends.
So I'm actually not in a rush at the minute. I'm going to get those any higher, am I? Okay. Okay, so I lost a couple there to them engaging too early. Trapdoors are incredible units. Look at it holding its own. But the real strength of the colony will come into play as soon as I've got the mages, the army ant mages. Now they're truly nuts units. There's a good reason why the player normally can't build them. They're completely overpowered. Okay. Right. Let's make sure I'm as prepared as I can be for this next bit. Because I remember it getting tricky and I've made it even harder. I think once I start this next bit, there's no more pausing. the level just runs its course then. Probably want to save some resources. Okay, grab that and then let's do this. Right. Okay. Right, I'm getting these ants prepared over here. Just grab what you can. Okay, it's starting.
I wonder how long they will survive against a sustained flow from all three colonies. Let's see.
Okay, so that worked quite well. Okay. Yeah.
You are doing well, my intrepid reptiles, but what's this? A giant tiger beetle has joined the fray.
So fill the tube. Okay, tube full.
And another. Oh no, 3 tiger beetles. Good work, my little ants. But what's this? 1, 2, 3, 9,
Okay,
10
the wolf spiders are just harvesting me there. Okay, you make your way to the tube. The rest of us are going to... Actually, we're okay there. We seem to have got... Oh, I turned combat off! It was meant to be harvesting! That's going to cost me.
Yes, victory, Raptor.
What's going on here?
Yes, the ants performed excellently against the Roofer. They just staved off an attack from 40 Roofers.
40? I think that's enough for
Okay,
now.
what about this?
We don't want to overstress them.
What are you lot doing? I'm just... So many spiders. I won't lie, I've made a lot of mistakes this time. This has definitely not been a perfect run. Okay.
Continue to watch over the formicarium. Additional experiments will be on hold for the time being.
I understand. No more tests.
Okay, I'm preparing to get majors. Said I think I could do with some more workers underground at the minute. Ah, harvesting's off. Oh. Yeah, gathering sale. Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Losing track when the pressure comes on. That's most of my harvesters.
A few ereptors can't hurt.
Oh no, here we go. Well, I was out of position. I mean, it is only ereptors, so I'm not too worried about them. I've got plenty of resources.
Would it be unfair to help the colony out? Perhaps. But I'm willing generous. Collect your seeds swiftly, my little ants.
Bloody hell, I've still got stuff surviving. Yeah, go on. Up, 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 up. I'm going to build a few more trap jaws. I kind of feel like I need more workers.
Delicious piece of honey.
That is so many. Gather quick. Let's gather some corpses. Oh, it's too late.
Trap your hands. Snap, snap, snap.
I don't want to go wrong against the trap jaws. I buff these as well. As in, I buff them. I buff the quantity of them. So it looks to me like this is going okay.
Burrowing, burrowing, tunneling, chomping, chomping.
Fight against trapjaws can last bloody ages. The sustain is so good. I feel like I've let this level get away from me now. I didn't increase the amount of these because I thought 4 is plenty of these because they're not dangerous, but they are difficult to deal with in large numbers because they just keep you permanently stunned. I'll let my workers deal with refueling the eggs. See, I still haven't killed them, and the leaf cutters have arrived. Okay. Pull back. We're not going to harvest food at the minute because it's a terrible idea. We'll just lose everyone who tries to harvest it. Right, it's probably been 10 minutes since I last used the... I think it's only the mages left. Okay, I'm out of... Oh, look, that's an interesting one. Okay, well, you have to rely on the ability again.
Be careful, my queen. I'm not finished with you yet.
Okay, this is it. Do or die. Just as the jumping spiders arrive. I think it's die. It's definitely feeling more die than do to me. No, I've run out of everything, I think. Okay, so I got overwhelmed where?
What is going on?
At us?
What happened to the queen?
The ants were...
It was the one before
We should start again with a healthier...
Harvestman. I think it's the one before Harvestman that really pushed me back. And I know there was a lot of slack there. Okay, so let me just correct those and then we'll call the stream a day. Okay, so waves 2 Harvestman. Okay, so the one just before Harvestman was... Okay, so there's the mole crickets, but I don't think those were bad. The trapjaws. Okay, so I increased the level 3 trapjaws and the level 2 trapjaws. Right, so let's decrease those a bit again. So that's what, 55 less now? Make it 6 less. Then the leafcutter mages were a big problem. A couple less of them. Okay. Right. Okay, so just coming back to chat for one last time. Before I go get my lunch. And I'm off. Okay, so swarming everything they find. Oof. It's a lot of angry. Larvae-filled ant colonies are particularly ripe for the culling. Yeah, I maybe should have expanded the food storage. Also, maybe I shouldn't have been so stingy with the food early on. Well, not really early on. Stingy was right at one point, but I think there was a point basically where I could have massively expanded my trap jaws and maybe even my slave makers, and I didn't. So bigger food stores, more units. So there is some things I could have done to improve the situation. That said, though, I did think those waves needed a tiny nerf. They didn't need a huge one, but they needed a bit of a nerf. The trap jaws brought you underground. Yeah. So I've nerfed the trap jaws. Yeah. It was 24 hours short. Okay, yeah, so it's been 2 hours 20 minutes this stream, apparently. Right, thanks very much for joining. It's been good fun as always. This level gets ever closer to being done. Once I've got these waves done, I still need to do the final balancing on the final bit. So I might still be at it on Friday. I don't know. But we'll see. So yeah, thanks very much. We're really pushing to get this update out now. Shouldn't be too long. I'm hoping to have this packaged with it, ready to go in 2 months' time. Because next month is the is Extremis. Then the other foot is targeted for the month after. But once the package is out this time, you should be able to jump into it. And I think I might run another beta with it. So basically, anyone who's into the open beta is welcome to just download that, and it should have the levels back in. Right. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Hopefully on Friday. See you then.